So today we're going to be talking about an add-on that's going to greatly improve your ability to make gold. So this is the particular add-on here. So you want to run over to Curse and pick up this add-on. Then when you log into the game, you're going to get a little button up here in the top right-hand corner of your profession window. If you have the default profession window, it's going to be just showing up here either way, top right-hand corner. So when you have that button there, what that button's going to do when you hit it, it's going to look at all the recipes that you already know within that particular profession, and then identify all the ones you don't know and put them in a window for you. So let's do that. Let's hit this button. Now we get a huge list of all of the enchanting recipes that I currently don't know yet on my enchanter on this particular account. So there's lots and lots of different things. As you move your mouse down through each one, you can see a little window popping up on the right hand side that basically tells you where you can go to get it, if you know the source, what mob you need to kill. It also has coordinates, so it'd be very handy for you to have a coordinate add-on while running around and picking up all these recipes. So you can look through this list in this format. It's just too much and it's just not organized, and you know, where do you start when you're looking at something as big as this? So you can also go look at it by location. So if you wanted to say just go to Outland and work on all of the Outland specific recipes for this particular profession, you can do it by area or zone. So it's another way to do it, which is completely fine. If you like this format of organizing it, this is another way to go. Now, this is my absolute favorite view of this particular add-on. I think it just makes sense. It keeps you organized. You know where you can start. You know where you're going to finish. You can choose what you want to go do when you want to go do it. So it's just, I find it very, very, very useful. So, you know, if you have any world event recipes, they're going to be listed under here. World drop recipes, this is not something you're going to be farming. You just go to the auction house, look and see if anyone has any of these recipes on the auction house. If you think they're at a reasonable price, well then you can buy them. If you think they're too expensive, you wait and you check back later. Maybe someone else will get it and post it at a cheaper price. Vendor recipes, quite easy. Just honestly run around and go to different vendors, pick them up. Some of these recipes are bind on pick up from the vendors, some of them are not. The ones that are not bind on pick up, you can pick up a few extras of them, and then you can end up making gold just by selling those recipes on the auction house, since you're already going to be out there. Any of the recipes that are limited supply, you can also use an add-on like server hop or cross realm assist, and you can pop over to tons and tons of different servers and buy up tons of those limited supply recipes to resell back on the auction house later. But just more importantly, you're trying to get these recipes for yourself in your own profession, but a little side way to make a bit of extra gold while you're going to be out doing this anyway. So the vendor recipes, quite easy to run around and get these out of the way. So there's no reason to start with anything other than the vendor recipes, because it's not going to take you much time and you can get that cleared off your list. The mob drop recipes I find are the next quickest part to get out of the way. You just honestly hover your mouse over the item, it'll tell you exactly which mob you need to kill. If you don't know where the mob is, again, it gives you the coordinates. So if you have a coordinate add-on, you don't need to go look up on Wowhead or some other website to find out where these mobs are and then go there. You just honestly go to the coordinates. So run around, kill the particular mobs that it tells you to kill, and get these recipes out of the way. Keep in mind that the drop rates for some of these recipes, if you're looking on a website like say Wowhead, might show that the recipe has an extremely low drop rate, but it doesn't mean it really has a low drop rate. The recipe will only drop for people who have that particular profession sometimes. Don't be discouraged by seeing really low drop rates on some of these recipes. They don't take that long to get. So work through the list of your mob drop recipes. Again, that one's fairly quick. And the next thing that I think you guys should probably do is work through your reputation stuff. Now expect a lot of this stuff to take a little bit more time than the vendor stuff and the mob drop stuff. Some of the rep things are quite easy to get. Some of it is a little bit more annoying. Some of them are you have to go, you know, do a raid, which you can only do, you know, every so often. You can't do, you know, 10 runs of it over and over and over like you can a dungeon. So just try to look through it and time it and set it up so it makes sense for you. Some of the recipes, you honestly, all you need to do is just go to a particular dungeon and run it on normal mode over and over and over 10 times till you get locked out, and then when your lockout is up, you go do it 10 times over again. Those types of rep grinds are quite easy, some of them a little bit more tricky, but reputation, start working on that kind of stuff. Now keep in mind, you don't have to go and get every single recipe that's in here. You can just pick the ones that you feel are important or the ones that you're okay with doing. The more recipes you have, the more things that you can make from your profession, the less people who are going to be competing with you in those markets, because most people don't bother with all of these recipes and having all of these extra things. A lot of people just rely on the default profession trainer recipes, which honestly, you know, there isn't a whole lot of profit in those guys, and there certainly is a lot of competition. So that's really not where you want to focus. If you can put that little bit of extra effort into getting some of these recipes, you're going to be really making lots of extra gold that other people are not going to be making. So really, really important. Please don't overlook these recipes. You're going to be so happy with some of them, not all of them. Some of them are really, really lucrative, like 20,000 gold profit per item, which is really, really nice. So make sure that you look at this list, do as much as you can tolerate. Don't push yourself to any sort of limits that you're getting burnt out with it. But do what you can do and work through your professions, and I think you'll be pretty happy with the extra profit you're going to be making. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment.